the sound of the breeze carrying us away. Dust in the rear view, free as a bird. This is our time, no matter what they say. Every mile behind only brought us here. Now the road is clear. Shotgun ride on my Friday night. Sunset fire burning in our eyes. Let's leave the past in the past and deal with it another day. All we got is this open road. No plans, just a cranked up radio.
Well, good morning, puppy. Did you sleep okay? I think you need a drink of water, and I need to go get some coffee. That on the hill is a sealed mine shaft right here in our camp. That's pretty cool. We are at the Kanawha State Forest, just below Charleston, West Virginia. And the crazy thing about this place is it's only 7 miles south of Charleston as the crow flies. Getting here is a different story. Curves, bends, little mountains everywhere. I just got back from taking a little drive. I needed to find cell phone signal to contact Gina because my Garmin wasn't working. I think it needs a software update or something, which is pretty annoying, to be honest, because I had no idea, and I really do rely on that thing. Anyway, one of the highlights of this forest is that there's 60 miles of hiking trails. They're literally everywhere, scattered throughout these hills. And it's almost overwhelming trying to figure out which one to do. But we're definitely going to explore at least one nice trail today, maybe two if we're ambitious. And the wind is picking up. Hopefully the windsock on my microphone is doing its job. They're predicting thunderstorms this afternoon, which makes sense. It's very, very unseasonably warm today. It's going to hit close to 80 degrees. So the plan right now is I'm going to eat some breakfast. I'm going to do a high protein steak and eggs. That's what's on the menu. Whoa. I got a package of shaved steak. And I know Juniper's going to appreciate some of this as well. Something about cooking meat in cast iron, whatever form it comes in, I think it just tastes better. And it also feels like camping. She can already smell the steak. I'll give you some, don't worry. So I'm going to cook this up, eat some of it with breakfast, and then save the rest for dinner later on. Or maybe a snack. Wind is starting to gust. I did the smart thing and pre-scrambled my eggs before I came out. I absolutely love being out here and doing this, and I really appreciate you all tagging along with us. This is a lot of fun. I find it very, very relaxing just being out here. And we've got this beautiful backyard for a couple of days. And then next time we'll have another backyard. And it's all about the experience. There's something about being out here that just recenters you and takes away all your problems. There's no distractions from social media. Normally, I do like to use plastic or wood when I'm cooking with these coated pans, but I'm being very, very gentle. We'll top it off with some Mad Anthony's hot sauce, the best hot sauce on the planet. I'm going to be careful just to put it on my eggs because I'm going to share my steak with Juniper. Want some steak? Here you go. Good girl. Good puppy. This red Ohio State bucket of pride, that's what I use to catch my gray water from the sink when I'm doing dishes or washing my hands. And then I'll usually dump that out in the fire pit to put out my fire. Phantom basketball court. check my All Trails app. A little bit of elevation gain on this one, but we're not afraid. There is no sign of any people, so I'm gonna break the law a little bit and let Juniper off of her leash. Part of the problem is, now you can see she's off leash right here. And because she's a Velcro dog, she walks next to me at all times anyway. And when there's a leash on her, her feet tend to get tangled up, or she'll cross paths with me, and it's just a lot easier to leave her off. And if she happens to wander a little farther than I like, which is not very often, watch, I'll demonstrate. Juniper, come here. Stay with me. See? She's a good dog. Whew, yeah, we're going uphill. One of the side effects of having no leaves on the trees is there's no shade. And on a hot day like today, and it is hot out now, it's around 80 degrees. Once in a while, a cloud passes over and you get a little bit of relief. Don't get me wrong, the sun feels really good, but it's just kind of surreal this time of year, having it be this hot without any green leaves on the trees. That's our view of the headquarters from up above on the CCC Snipe Trail. That's an interesting name, CCC Snipe. It's got to have something to do with hunting. I don't know that much about hunting. I've never been much of a hunter or fisherman. I hunt for views, I hunt for camera shots, and I shoot things with a camera, not a gun. I'm more of a camera angler than a proper fisherman. I would rather sit next to you while you're fishing and film so I can capture that moment when you get that awesome fish. But as far as me personally, if I were sitting there with a fishing pole, I would wish I had a camera. But I enjoy exploring more than any other outdoor activity, whether it's on foot or in the Jeep or on a motorcycle like I used to. If you're on the ground walking this trail, the illusion is that it continues along there, but actually you would never know it unless you looked at a map. It jogs down this way on a little goat trail beyond this fence. I think technically the trail was supposed to start behind the nature center, you know, the main office. Oh, we got a little water crossing here. Let's see what the sign says. Oh, power plant foundation. Power plant located here provided electricity for the mines. Interesting. Yeah, I think this is the proper CCC trail. We are behind the park offices now. We're directly behind the main office. If you want to come out and do this, my suggestion is don't follow the all trails. Just walk behind the main office and you'll find it back here. That is quite a fire pit, worthy of a fine ritual or epic gathering. This forest is absolutely jam-packed with playgrounds, picnic areas, hiking trails, walkways, and it kind of makes sense that being so close to a major city, it would be very developed, but I can't get over the rustic vibe here. Like, it feels like we're way out in the middle of nowhere, but we're not. About 1 mile into the trail, the map says that there's a cave. I have a feeling it's another mine that's been sealed off. Wow, look at this view. One thing I do love about West Virginia is the variety of terrain here. You'll never get bored looking at the scenery, that is for sure. All right. A lot of deadfall here too. Look at this. We should have went to the right. Juniper, are you afraid of heights? I don't think you are. Me, I'm a little afraid, but not that much. I'm afraid of being on ladders, I'll put it that way. Walking on a trail like this doesn't bother me. Nothing like a good cliff to make it feel like an adventure. All right. Up these knee busters. This must have been recent too, because that sawdust is new. My friend Sam, what do you think of this? A lot of firewood here, Sam. I'm talking about my friend Sam. His channel is Sam's Doing Stuff. He has a firewood business that he's developing. Sam, every time I see wood, I think of you. Don't take that the wrong way. I just got an alert on my phone that there is a cave 300 feet ahead. When hiking in these woods, one has to wonder if that is a Mothman dwelling, because we are in the heart of Mothman territory here. Here it is. It says it's a coal mine sealed by the CCC in 1941. Deep inside the mine, CCC crews discovered 20 mash barrels abandoned by bootleggers. Ooh. Some bootleg drama out here in the West Virginia woods. Wow, I just love finding stuff like this. I think if it were a Mothman cave, that would be a much cooler story. Sometimes if you call to the Mothman, they might make an appearance. Here, boy. Good times cave exploring out here in the outskirts of Charleston, West Virginia, in the Kanawha. Do I pronounce that right? Kanawha or Canawa? I think it's Canawa. Here's another sign. Slag pile dam, built from mine refuse during the 1800s. It broke in 1938, destroying part of the camp, Canawa, and several bridges. Damn. So much history right here. We only had to walk a mile. So I'm noticing an increase in the clouds. They're forecasting thunderstorms. As tempted as I am to keep going, I think we're gonna head back because I don't want to get caught in torrential downpours out here. But that was a very, very satisfying little adventure. And if you know what CCC stands for, I imagine it's Charleston Conservation something or other. I could look it up, but that's not fun. If you know, just tell us in the comments. What does CCC stand for? That definitely quenched my thirst for adventure for today. I think Juniper enjoyed it too. Now we just need to go back to camp, relax, start thinking about dinner. We'll see you over there. You can feel the storm clouds starting to move in, the humidity and everything, and the wind's picking up. It's coming. So we want to make quick work out of dinner. When you have a teardrop like this, you spend a lot of time shuffling things around. It just happens because of the limited space. So the question right now is, will a tortilla fit in there? At least the ones I have. The answer is yes, they fit perfect. Juniper, you want some steak? Here you go. Go ahead, you can have it. This treat for Juniper was brought to you by the people on the screen right here who donated through buymeacoffee.com/nowherebound. Thank you for the treats and the coffees. We really appreciate it. Juniper, this is from them. Here, you can have a little more. Good girl. Whoops. Sorry about that. Okay, I gotta pay more attention to this camera. I just did a whole sequence that I thought was filming and it wasn't. So anyway, here's the quesadilla. So far, it's looking nice and melty. The tortillas are browning very well. Nice crunch to it. All right, here's quesadilla number one. Look at that. Wonderful. Let's get number two started. Ingredients are tortilla. Start with some pizza flavored cheese blend. Of course, it wouldn't be a quesadilla without Mexican cheese. Don't be afraid to blend your cheeses. I make it a habit, and I find that when I do, people enjoy it. And you should too. All right, the hand is going right in the bag of meat. Delicious steak. Left over from breakfast. My hands are clean, I just washed them. All right, we'll put the lid on it. Oh, you know what I forgot? I forgot the Mad Anthony's hot sauce. That's going right on during the cooking process. Baked right in. You know what I don't have that I wish I did? Sour cream. Some pico would be nice on that too. Oh, that is so good. Glorious. I think we got dinner done just in time. Because there's a storm rolling in. I mean, I always inspect trees when I'm in this situation, whether there are storms in the forecast or not, but this tree right here is the only one that kind of concerns me, and it's a lot bigger than it looks on camera. Here's the back of the Jeep and here's the tree. I think I'm going to pull forward a little bit just in case. There, that's a little better. At least there's a little space. The rain came, but it was not the torrential downpours that I had feared. It is basically just trickling now, and we are hunkered down in the camper. So I figured I'd take an opportunity to get a little bit ahead on the editing of this video. I got the studio set up in hunker down studio mode. I gotta say, this chair is very comfortable in here, and it's perfect for this application. So I'm gonna get to work. I'll check in with you in a bit. Well, it's getting late. We had a great day today. Super productive, super fun, but now I'm exhausted, and tomorrow morning, if we have a good sunrise, I'll show you some of that. We're just gonna have a quick breakfast, make some coffee, and get out of here in the morning. So don't go away. It's not over yet. We'll see you in the morning. Good night. Well, good morning. We made it to morning 2. It's pretty gloomy out there. It's not raining though anymore, but the air temperature feels amazing. I think we're gonna just make a quick breakfast and get some coffee, and then I'll give you a few of my final thoughts before we head on out of here and go back home. So let's get at it. Here we are at campsite number 7, and this is how close we are to the bathhouse. Check out how nice these are. Super clean, climate controlled. You have your own shower. Very nice. Breakfast was delicious. All I had was oatmeal, a protein drink, and some coffee. I want to try to get packed up and get out of here this morning so I can get back home. But one thing I noticed on the way down here is that this marker light on the fender is not working. You saw me fix the other side a couple of episodes ago. This is the other side that has always been working, and it failed. So I'm going to get under the camper and see what's going on. Yep, look at that. You can see it hanging down. There's no wire even coming off of the light now. It's completely gone. So that's something else I'm going to have to fix. While we're on the subject of the camper, I did take the heater out of the wall. You can see what it looks like behind there. There's just a big 4-inch hole, and that's actually nice for access to some of the wiring back there if I needed it. But I do have something I'm going to use to plug that hole, and I did wire an outlet. I don't know if you can see it there. But I took the existing wiring for the heater and I just wired in an outlet. So now I have an extra place to plug some stuff in, depending on what I do with that space. But I think it's going to work well for my speakers and just little knickknacks that I need to put away in there and keep organized. I'll just use it as a shelf, maybe add some underlighting. So anyway, that's going to wrap it up for this video. I really appreciate you sticking around until the end. Thank you to all the Patreon subscribers for your continued support. Of course, buy me a coffee Teardrop.com is another way to support the channel if you don't want a subscription. I just appreciate you being here along with me. Kanawha State Forest, right outside of Charleston, West Virginia, only 7 miles from a major city, and you have this amazing West Virginia wilderness out here, and the people of Charleston really have a gift here. Thanks for watching. See you nowhere soon. Be good to each other and get outside. Peace.